Hello and welcome everybody back to another episode of TerraFirmaCraft. In the last episode we built our cellar underneath our house and made our house look a lot more pretty. But in today's episode we're going to have a look at making an orchard. So let's get straight to it. Now between episodes I've just cleared out this area here. So what we're going to do is we've got a bunch of these fruit trees we're going to plant, but when these grow up, it's a bit difficult to reach all of the fruit on the trees. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a bit of a walkway using lumber, because you can place this lumber down and sort of build structures out of it. So we can build a walkway that we can walk along on top of all of the trees, so that once they're all grown we can get all the fruit. So the way you collect saplings from fruit trees is you get these branches, you break them with an axe to take a grafting. Now the drop rate is about 50% for these, so you would obviously on average get about 2 from each tree, and the tree will naturally grow back those over time. Every 20 days it grows another branch, so every 20 days you can try and take another grafting to make another tree. So I've started up building up this walkway to get to the fruit that's at the top of the trees. Now we're going to have these 2 apart because the leaves will come up to here and then have our walkway, and then 2 more blocks and then the next tree. Then we'll just go along like this and plant all of our trees. Of course each tree needs 2 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's our 3 plum trees that we have. And we're going to plant all of these trees and bring the walkway across so that we can access all of the fruit once they grow up to be big trees. So I've finished building up this walkway. We can't fall off, which is good, and that's pretty much all the space we had for fruit trees anyway for the moment. We can always expand it in that direction, and of course make more of these further over. For the moment, that's all we're going to do for the orchard, so we're going to now go and work on our farming. Now, one of the next quests that we have in the quest book is to make some cobblestone walls. Now, you can make this out of a number of different cobblestone rocks, as it were, as dictated by the selection here. Now, granite is one of them, so we're going to make some granite walls, and we can pick some food, strawberries, which is another quest ticked off. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to wall off our farm a little bit, and we're going to expand it a little bit by digging some water channels to expand our farming area. So let's see what we can do. Now that it's actually turning autumn and our temperature over here is getting down to 6.5, that sort of region, we're actually having some crops pop off because it's too cold. Some will go back in, but it's getting to the point where we actually can't farm for very much longer before all of our crops won't be able to survive during the winter. So we're still going to make our preparations for next year, expanding our farm, but what we really need to focus on is going to extend our cellar to keep all of this food well kept during the winter months. So we've started walling off our area, and we've placed a bunch of our jack-o'-lanterns down, which is nice because they don't burn out like torches do. just sitting in the hot tub, as it were, to gain some of our health that we lost. Our zombies in like B outfits that hit really hard and also hit you with slowness, so they're still really dangerous to us. Even when you get hordes of zombies, you can still take them out pretty quickly with this thing. So yeah, but I've been working on that, and I'll see you in a bit. So now that we've dug this water trench, we can hoe a bunch more farmland in this entire area, which will be great for the amount of crops that we can use and utilize this area a lot more efficiently. I'm gonna do a bunch of that and then I'll be right back. Right, so we've created an absolute bunch more farmland here. We're going to harvest some of our crops, and then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to extend our cellar. So I've crafted up another 32 cellar walls, so we're going to see how much we can expand our cellar, because we're already really running out of storage in this little one, and I'll be right back. So we've expanded the cellar 2 more blocks over. So we've now got an internal of a 3x4, 12 blocks. Now we can place down a bunch more shelving. Actually, just thinking about it, yeah, it doesn't really make much difference how we lay this out right now. Of course, we'll be expanding this out further this way as well, probably to take up the entire space underneath our house. You can build these quite big, as long as you can have 0 to 3 blocks on each cardinal direction, each north-south straight line direction from the ice bunker. So you can have a maximum internal size of 7 by 7. Obviously, that takes a lot of cellar walls, much more than what we have. So I'm going to sort out all of our food. We've got this already quite full already, and then we are going to be right back. Right, so what we've done is we've sorted out all of our different grains into this side of the cellar. So there's 6 different types, and then we've put our fruits, protein sources, and 1 piece of dairy that we have, some vegetables, all of our tomatoes and potatoes, and then the rest of our vegetables in here. Now, what we're going to do now is there are 4 crops that are hardy, meaning that they are better at surviving colder temperatures. Now, what we can do is which is onions, garlic, carrots, and cabbages. We're going to try planting those and get another harvest out before it turns from late autumn to winter, and hopefully we're going to get our last harvest out of the rest of these. As you can see, our trees have started to grow. Even some of them have produced their first piece of fruit. So we'll be collecting all of that up, and then I'll be right back. So during the night, I've just been working on our fencing. You can see that with the coming of winter, the leaves on the trees are all changing. Pine trees are evergreen, so they won't change, but all of the fruit trees will. Now we're going to do one more thing here, which is we're going to try and find some animals. Pretty sure that we've actually got some animals nearby here, and I've got some rice and a rope to try and wrangle them into a little pen. I've got a pig here. Are you gonna come with? So I don't think they follow the grain in this, which is why we got the rope. This is a female pig because it hasn't got any tusks. But I think we can find some more. Just pulling her along here. Oh, did I break the... Oh, there it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them in this pen over here. There you go. One pig in a pen. So I'm just going to go see if we can find any more of these guys. And then we'll be back in a second. Right, so that's two. We've got a male and a female. See if I can find any more of these guys. Right, so I have 5 pigs here. Unfortunately, 3 of them are males. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to kill the males, which will actually increase our butchering skill. You can see that we've got it up fairly high by just killing wild animals like pheasants. But we're gonna kill this guy. He dropped a fair amount of meat for us. Dropped a lot of meat actually. And we're also going to kill this guy with the cat on its head. So that gives us a lot of pork and some medium raw hides. The reason why we want that is because it's the females that we really need, and 1 male for the business. Now, if you hold shift and look at an animal, you'll see a little heart appear above them. That's their familiarity. Now, what we want to we want to increase their familiarity, and we do that by holding shift and feeding them some grain. Any grain will work, or any refined grain. So you see there's a little tick on the whaler saying that we are familiarized. But what we need to do is we need to continue familiarizing these guys by feeding them every day, and that way we can get them to breed. So unlike regular Minecraft where you feed them once and they're friends forever, they require a fair bit more maintenance. But that's all we can do for today on these guys. Now what we're going to do is go put all of this meat away in our cellar, and then we will continue on with some more jobs. Unfortunately, guys, that's all we've got time for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.